dating life. I mean, you are single, I think, right?
But yes,
So
yes, I am.
do you have like a type? Like, is Raquel your type? Do you have a type?
It's funny. I don't know if I don't know if I have I don't know if I'd say I have a type. I like beautiful girls that are down to earth. I feel like because my mom being around my mom and her friends growing up and stuff like that, like I love a girl that's very put together. I love a girl that wears heels and is all done up and everything like that. I also love a girl that could be chill just in some sweats and some J's. So I think that the personality being cool, somebody that I could chill with, and then also obviously, like somebody that's attractive, somebody that's high. And so
And that helps.
somebody
Yeah.
good when we walk around and stuff. So yeah, that's just down to earth and that.
Marry, shag, kill Lala, Raquel, and Erica.
Oh, Mary, Sag, kill. All right. I'd probably go all the way with Lala.
Oh,
I'd
okay.
I'd I'd have I'd oh, my mom. I'd have to take out Erica just because. And I don't I don't know how much this is gonna come back. And I guess me and Raquel could have another night if those are my options.
Yeah, hypothetically. We're having fun
Exactly.
here. Hypothetically.
Exactly. So that's my go-to right there. That's it.
Your
There we go.
mom, your mom might be okay with you taking out Erica on some days.
Exactly. So
I mean, speaking of Erica, just like as a brother, like what was it like for you, like, last season with, this whole thing? And like after Erica hit on you, then she said, like, get the fuck out of here to Jax, and that became a whole thing. And, like,
I think that yes, you obviously shouldn't cuss at a teenager or anything like that. My brother wasn't fazed by it. You know what I mean? He wasn't fazed by it. I think that the drinks have been flowing. I'm not making an excuse for her. She was out of line, but I don't think that it was as crazy as it came out to be. Especially because my little brother, like I checked in on my little brother after it happened, and I was like, "Bro, you good?" And he was like, "Yeah." Like he's like, "What are you talking? Like I'm not even tripping." So it wasn't. I think if it affected him more, then it would have been a little bit crazier to me. But you know, people get drunk, have a
Yeah.
good time, a lot of drinks. Shit gets said. I don't think it was. I don't think she was really trying to legitimately hurt him. I think that she was just drunk, said the wrong thing. Shouldn't have said it for sure. But it's not the craziest thing that's happened, if you ask me.
He was very polite. I feel like most 14-year-olds would have turned around and said, "Go fuck yourself, bitch." I think these kids
He
these
should
days
have. He should have. He probably said it in his head. You know what I mean?
he
But
did a good job. He was very restrained. I mean, most kids now they're like, "Oh, you said tell me to fuck off. You fuck off."
right,
That's
right, exactly. He probably
but
said it in his head for sure.
I think we're curious too, because this obviously impacted your family big time. But there's been a lot of discussion about the bots. And your mom was doing her own investigation, which I'm sure was very upsetting to your entire family. How is
Yeah,
that?
that was out of line. That was out of line. And like attacking, my mom because she's on the show is one thing. Obviously, I never like to see my mom attacked or ganged up on or anything like that. It's my mom. But it's like you can't bring people's kids into it. Like, you know what I mean? Like you can't bring people's kids into it. It's ridiculous. If somebody had said anything like that to my son, I would lose it. Just like my mom did. And it doesn't matter, how old the kid is or whatever. That's still your kid at the end of the day. Um, so I think there's still, I think my mom hired investigators and everything, and so they were getting down to it. We haven't spoken on it recently, but I know that my mom wasn't taking it lightly, and I'm sure that there'll be an outcome and everything like that. But yeah, that was a pretty dark situation. I wasn't a fan of any of that.
You think one day we'll find out about these bots? Because a lot of people really are wanting to find out who was behind this.
I would think so, and I think most people's gut is probably right who tune into the show and everything. But yeah, who knows? Who knows? That'll be interesting to find out. I'm glad that it came to a stop. You know, I'm glad that it came to a stop because, like I said, it's just ridiculous. You shouldn't. One, I mean, life is hard enough. We should all just love each other. You know, it doesn't matter who you are, what you look like, what you love. You know what I mean? Like racism, all that stuff. You know, it shouldn't be going on, and nobody should be bullying kids. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So I'm glad it came to a stop, and I'm glad that my mom handled it the way that she did to show that we stick together and that we're serious about taking care of one another.
You talk about the rumor of what people believe. I mean, people believe it's Lisa Rinna and Diana Jenkins. Do you believe that? Do you think that this investigation could reveal that? I mean,
I don't think that would be the craziest thing to happen. You know what I mean? I don't. If I was told that it was those two, that wouldn't surprise me. You know, it wouldn't surprise me. So I guess we'll wait and see, and if anything comes of it, I think the fact that it came to an end is a great start. As long as it's not continuing to go on and stuff. But I mean, you know how it is when you have a gut feeling about something, and then either if you go with it, you're like, oh yeah, I was right, or if you don't, you're like, damn, next time I'm gonna trust my gut because I probably knew. I feel like we have these natural instincts. You're around people, situations and stuff like that, where you sort of have an inkling about what's going to happen or what's going on. So we'll see.
Yeah,
We'll see.
I agree. You trust your gut. And I mean, to me, it's like those are the two people that are not there anymore. You would think maybe somebody knows something that's eventually going to come out.
And what's done in the dark comes out. So if it'll happen. It's just, I guess, a matter of when. I guess it's just a matter of when.
Do you get really invested? Like you said, you don't want to see anyone being mean to your mom. Like, do you watch Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? Like, are you, when someone is being mean to her that week or those weeks?
Well, one thing is that I know that my mom can handle herself. It's funny because on one end, I know that she can handle herself. She has no problem saying how she feels, standing up for what she believes in and everything. So I know that she's good. But, as her first son, growing up, it was me and her. A lot of the times I went back and forth between my mom and my dad. So I'm very protective of her and everything. So even though I know she can handle herself and everything, if I'm there or whatever, I always like to make sure that she's good. So I mean, on the show, sometimes it's a little bit hard to watch. I wouldn't say that I catch every episode, but I do have to support. So I do watch and everything, and I'm told everything that happens, from everybody. So it's like as if I've seen every episode. But yeah, I'm glad that she's able to stand up for herself. I'm glad that she has Sutton as her friend, and I hope this season is just a little bit more light and more fun than the last season. I think and get back to like just